Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to show you how I sculpted an octopus for my solo show that might be upcoming. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video, so it might not be currently happening, but it's a show in Melbourne, Australia at the gallery Beinart. It's called Relics. Was very inspired with that title, and it's running from February 2nd to February 23rd, and the opening is February 1st. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to post this video, but if you're around Melbourne, well, I really hope you're going to check out my show because I put a lot of effort into it, and honestly I think it's going to be nice. I hope so, at least. So I had a lot of thinking for that show and wasn't too sure what to do. I was thinking of doing only Australian animals at some point, but then I was inspired to do a pigeon, so that idea went out very fast. But I still decided to make a blue ringed octopus, which is a typical species that can be found in Australian coral reefs. It's actually a very dangerous species. You don't want to touch it because the sting can actually kill you, I think, or at least it lands you into a hospital, so please don't touch them if you see them in real life. So this octopus, as usual, I always sketch and study the things that I want to sculpt first. I really need to do a sketchbook tour for you guys so you can actually see my studies. I know people actually enjoy them, but yeah, I never get around to it. So I did study octopus before doing the sketch. I think it's something that I do on the regular to sketch octopi because I just think they're really cute. But yeah, you really want to do that if you're interested or an aspiring sculptor. Sketching is going to greatly improve your artworks, your sculptures, your understanding of the natural world or humans or whatever you want to sculpt. So it's something that is going to just help you. Being able to sketch the world you see is going to be a really important step in making your artwork better. So I can only encourage you to do that. And the other thing is, when you sketch an animal that you've never sculpted before, it's also the perfect moment to think about how to build up the sculpture. So obviously when you see me sculpt, you already have the solution, so to speak. I already show you kind of how I decided to make an armature, what clay I decided to use, how I decided to texture the animal. Now, ideally, if you're an aspiring sculptor, you're not going to follow exactly what I do. And I honestly don't want you to. I think it's boring to just do the same thing another artist does. It's okay to study it and to do it for fun, etc. That's fine. But if you're going to actually want to do your own artworks, you have to think about how you're going to approach something, how you are going to share your vision of that animal, how you're going to sculpt it to represent the texture or not, maybe do it differently. So when you sketch things out first, it's the first step to understanding how that thing is built, how that being is built, but also how you are going to represent it later on in your artwork. So it's a very important step. Now, to come back to my specific sculpture, because I know you're always curious, I used Cos clay. That's a polymer clay that I currently use because I just like how it paints. That's really the only reason I use it. I honestly don't find it that great in terms of flexibility, but it's fine. It tends to break a bit if you bake it more than once, so be a bit careful. But yeah, it's nice to paint on, and the paint I use is acrylic paint, and I use turn acryl gouache and golden so flat. Honestly, I really like to use acrylics because it dries really fast. I spend a lot of time sculpting and texturing everything. It takes days, weeks sometimes, and then I want the painting process to be fast, and I like to layer colors, so that's why I prefer acrylics. You can use oils. I don't, because it's just too long. I don't want to have to wait. And for the acrylics, the brands I use are great, but you can use a lot of different brands. Just make sure to try them out on polymer clay first, because some brands get kind of sticky and you don't want that. If they get sticky, it's not normal, it's just a chemical reaction. So you have to test them. Also, certain brands of paint are going to get sticky on certain brands of polymer clay, but not others. I made a bunch of tests with all my paints. It's kind of a mess. But yeah, make sure to always test things before. Also be always a bit wary about varnishes. You also want to test them before. Again, chemical reactions happen and it's not fun to suddenly have your sculpture ruined because it becomes sticky, so you don't want that. I also used epoxy clay at the end to attach the octopus to the teacup. As you know, my work is about overconsumption and the way our human activities have an impact on the environment. And so for me, it's really important to use trash or thrifted objects in my work, but it adds an extra level of difficulty because you have to attach your sculpture somehow to the object, and I personally like to use epoxy clay for that. Just be in mind, epoxy clay is very toxic. You want to ideally wear a mask on or work in a place that is very well ventilated. Use gloves, and yeah, it's just not for beginners. So it's a great clay. It's difficult to use, but it's not something that I would put in the hands of beginners or kids. Please don't leave your kids using epoxy clay. That would be a terrible idea. And I also did a custom box for the octopus. I always do custom boxes. I sell and ship my work overseas, so I want to make sure it arrives in perfect condition. It's always very scary to send out sculptures. And for me, it's also important to upcycle cardboard and make a packaging from upcycled materials. I do not want to buy specific materials to package my work because it just doesn't make much sense to me. If you watched until the end, thank you so much. Please leave an octopus emoji or a fish emoji. I'm not sure there is an octopus emoji because it honestly helps the algorithm a lot, and it also makes me really happy to see all of your reactions because it's a lot of work to do these videos, and yeah, I like to see people enjoying them. It makes me happy and it makes me want to make more videos. So thank you so much for that, and yeah, I really hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye!